Assalamu alaikum and welcome to the Entrepreneur Show. And as always, I have a fantastic guest with me today. And we try to follow a theme of particular businesses. And this is the start of the financial advice services. And hopefully you'll be seeing many more shows on that line. Now, today's guest is Abdul Malik. He is the CEO of Bluestone Finance and also the chief advisor of that company. Amongst other businesses such as insurance brokerage, property management. I'm not going to mention all of them because we'll go through a whole big list otherwise. But yes, so he's an entrepreneur. He's been in the community, serving the community, providing a service in the financial field. And I'd just like to welcome Abdul Malik. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
How you been? Good?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
Great, fine, fantastic. Right, Abdul Malik. Now, this show is about individuals, obviously, who have embarked on a journey from a young age, and we want to know why they chose business and what are the benefits they have been providing with regards to business. Tell me a little bit about yourself from a young age.
Okay, I truly believe life's a journey.
Yeah.
Every journey is different. No two journeys are the same.
Definitely.
So I'd like to share my journey from my college days.
Yep.
When I first started my college back in the days,
yes.
The first year, at the same time, I wanted to work part-time as well because I just couldn't just study and just stay at home and do nothing.
No.
So back in the days for us, choice wasn't great. The only choice was like working in a restaurant or a factory.
Yeah.
So I decided to work in a restaurant part-time.
Yes. Many of us did, yes.
Yeah, many were, right, as you know. After working there for a few months, their supplier who used to supply flowers
to the restaurant.
to the restaurant, yeah.
Yes, because in the days, back in the days, sorry, we used to have fresh flowers, right?
Correct, yeah. The roses was given to the female customers.
Absolutely, and there always used to be a florist that supplied the local restaurants. I remember even myself, we used to go and either pick it up or they used to deliver it, and we used to have to snip it and cut it and put it in. Yes, but those
That's
days,
correct.
yeah.
So their supplier kind of let them down a few times and they were looking to change the supplier.
Right.
So I was given the opportunity. I kind of stepped in. I said, look, I'm sure I can supply that for you.
And you were only...
I was only 18 that time.
Very young.
Yeah, 18. So what I did my own research, made some phone calls. So back in the days, there was no internet. So I had to go through the yellow pages, good old yellow pages, ring in a few suppliers. I managed to secure a supplier, a wholesaler, and then I kind of supply the restaurant with the flowers, and within the short space of time, I was supplying the other restaurants in the area as well.
Right.
So we carried on with that business for a while, but the margin wasn't that great.
No.
But the beauty of the business was I was able to taste the flavor of profit. I know what business was like.
Right.
So that carried on for a while. After I finished my studies, by then I finished my study about the second of the A-level I was doing at college. I finished my study, then I was given the opportunity to go to university or a job.
Right. So that was your first experience when you were selling the flowers?
Yeah.
And you made a bit of money?
Made a little small margin.
You understood or experienced the
concept of business.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So once I finished my study at the college, I was the choice was to go to university. I was about to go to university, but at the same time, I was offered a good job with the government, working at New Scotland Yard.
Yep.
It was a very challenging job.
Wow, New Scotland Yard.
New Scotland Yard, I was there, yeah. And I couldn't...
Dealing with criminals?
Absolutely, it's all about criminals there. Right. And I couldn't refuse the job because I was very interested to take the job on board, and the pay was pretty good as well.
Okay.
So what I did, I started working for New Scotland Yard, and about a year and a half later, a new post came within the organisation. Yeah.
Okay.
I applied for the job. For some reason, I didn't get it.
Okay.
So I got a bit disheartened.
Okay.
And I thought I need to change my career because I realised working for other people
wasn't for you.
Wasn't for me. Plus, your potential is limited.
Right.
You're working in a controlled regime.
Yep.
And so I thought I need something more challenging.
Okay.
And I'm into sport cars, my toys. I feel like working for somebody else, it's very difficult to have a lifestyle how you want. So what I did, I kind of searched the market. I was looking for different career. So I chose finance, financial services. So what I did, I kind of changed and went into finance, financial services, yeah?
Yep.
Worked there for a short time for a company,
Okay.
arranging mortgages.
Yep.
I'm a quick learner.
Okay.
It doesn't take me long to learn things.
But what about the qualifications in terms of, obviously in that field?
Yeah, because I had business and finance
Right.
diploma. That kind of helped me
So you
to
had
tap into that
you had
industry.
some kind of experience as well,
Yeah.
in terms of paperwork and stuff like that. Okay.
That's correct, yeah. When we first, so working there for a while, then what I did, I was quite confident. So what I did, I kind of set up my own financial brokerage.
Right. Okay.
Around 2000. It was around 2000, I set my own financial brokerage. That's when my life took a major turn.
Okay.
Because they say the sky's the limit.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, yes, yes.
So when you're your own boss.
But everybody needs a break, and you can only try. And so many people, an entrepreneur sometimes, like the owner of Alibaba, for example, if you listen to his story,
Jack Ma.
how many times he failed. But then he says, because I failed so many times, it gave me that door
Strength, yeah.
and the strength as well, because he wasn't somebody who, gave up. So, when an entrepreneur, and at the end of the day, it's all about trying and trial and error.
Yeah,
and eventually you'll get to a place where the doors
even
and opportunities open for you.
failing, you do gain experience in some way or the other.
Definitely.
It's an experience that you can't buy off the shelf.
Absolutely not. Yeah.
It's like, in other words, you have to pay to learn or pay to experience.
Yeah.
Right, moving on. Working for a finance company for a while, I was confident enough and capable enough to set up my own brokerage.
Yeah.
Around 2000, I've got my own financial brokerage. From 2000 to 2007, we used to call the heydays of the brokers.
Okay.
We was doing extremely well. Couldn't complain.
Nope.
Yeah. And end of 2007, that's when the financial market, like the subprime market, was crumbling.
Okay.
Because a lot of lenders have pulled out.
That's right.
This way, you'll see a lot of the property price were coming down. So what I did.
But 2008, we had a recession, didn't we?
That's correct. Yeah, it started. Yeah, it's like so. What I did. During my 7 years journey into the brokerage, I had a quite large client bank, predominantly from our Bangladeshi community, businessmen, individuals. So I had a large client bank. The data in any business, data is important.
Absolutely.
So you could utilize that into business. So what I did, to sustain in the market, I set up another company in the insurance industry.
Okay.
It's called Bluestone Cover.
Right.
With Bluestone Cover, we specialize in restaurant takeaways, SME, small business, small and medium-sized enterprise, and property insurance. Let me give an example. If you've got 10 properties, instead of having 10 different policies, 10 different renewals,
right,
you could put that in a portfolio.
Okay.
It's an insurance portfolio. Not only that, it will save you time, save you money.
Okay.
So we carried on that was another side.
Is it because so you can work from one platform, or rather than having 10 different,
we are able to, as a broker, we are able to put everything in one policy.
Right.
Like for you.
I'm just trying to understand how it benefits the client.
Oh, the clients. Okay,
Yeah.
right. If you imagine if you've got 10 policies, you'll have 10 different renewals.
That's right.
Different times.
Yeah.
And 10 different payments. It will save you so much time in
10 sets of
administration.
work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of clients. Some of the clients have 70, 80 properties in one portfolio. So for them, it's a lot beneficial to put those property into a portfolio.
Right.
So that was another successful business, I must say, the Bluestone Cover.
Right.
And since then, we've been trading successfully. And because of the market's been down on the finance, that Bluestone Cover kind of saved me.
Right.
And lately what we do now with the Bluestone Finance is like we do a lot of commercial and auction finance.
Right, okay.
I'm going to share, most people knows and most people don't. Most people knows that when you go to the auction, you have to pay cash.
Absolutely, yeah.
100%. But the reality is you don't need 100% cash.
But there's a 10% deposit that you have to pay straight away, right?
Yeah, on the day of the auction.
Before even looking at the property?
Not looking, because if you win the bid,
yeah,
like once you go to the auction, if you win the bid,
yeah,
you have to put 10%.
That's
you have
what
to
I
exchange.
Mean. That's what I mean.
So you have further 28 days,
yeah,
and some auctioneers give you 6 weeks to complete the transaction.
Okay. So with regards to the deposit, just for the viewers to understand,
yeah.
In an auction, you go in, you bid a property, and then 10% if you win the bid, you 10% deposit, and this is without looking at the property or anything, and then you cannot pull out.
You cannot pull out
that 10%,
yeah, that's,
right?
That's exchange of contract. If you pull out,
Yeah.
you're going to lose your deposit.
Absolutely.
In some cases, if you cannot complete the transaction, they could come for loss of damages. Right. So you have with an auction property, you have the opportunity to view the property. It's called the open day.
Yeah.
You go and view it.
Yeah.
And so what I'm trying to explain that is that you don't need 100% cash.
No.
So if you've got like sort of 30%, 35%, you are able to buy properties at the auction.
Okay.
And at the auction, you'll find majority of the time investors goes to the auctions, they buy properties at a reduced price.
Okay.
There's margin there.
That's why,
So we specialize in auction finance. We can organize auction finance with little as 10 days.
Oh, fantastic. Okay.
So investors out there, if you're looking to buy properties,
you can say that to the viewers.
buy properties at the auction, I would say to look into the auction, speak to some experienced brokers. I'm sure they'll be able to accommodate you.
Fantastic.
Right, moving on. Sometime in life, if things doesn't go according to plan, it's good in a way.
Right.
Let me give you an example. While I was working at New Scotland Yard, the post that I applied for, it was a higher post, but I didn't get the job.
Right.
It did me a favor.
Okay.
If I was given that option,
then you'd be in
then
that
I would have
field.
been stuck there.
Yes.
Where I am now, alhamdulillah, I'm 10 times better than what I would have been there.
Right.
I'm my own boss. I can do what I like. I can go on holiday when I like.
Yes.
Drive my supercars.
Yes.
I had
you see that on
past.
Facebook. Yes.
Yeah. So if things doesn't go according to plan, my advice to the viewers here, don't get disheartened.
No.
Things happen for a reason.
Absolutely.
Further, you want to ask me?
Well, I mean, like Abdul Malik has just mentioned, things happen for a reason. Don't get disheartened. And a good and a true entrepreneur would say that, because they are always looking for opportunities, and you do not stay when you fall. But yes, Malik Bhai, I mean, at the end of the day, it's what you are, who you are, and what you look for. I mean, you can get stuck in one place, just like you said, but businessmen such as yourself, and I've seen many people who come from abroad, the two types of people, either they work for others, or they are always looking for opportunities. And there's a very good example. For example, a lot of brothers come from Italy, and I always say these are hardworking people. They come, 2 or 3, 4 of them get together, and they're opening our business. Teamwork, yes. But the thing is, you got to be hardworking. You can't, and on the other hand, we have people who come from back home and they've never done a day's job. They've always sat, as we say, with their feet above another, and they don't like to work. Do you understand? So, a businessman, you got to work hard.
You've got to work hard. You've got to constantly research. And there's a saying that where there's a problem, there's an opportunity. Yeah. If you look at the multinational companies, big companies, what they do is they spend billions, millions in terms of research and feasibility study, where they identify to identify the problem, and that problem turns into business. So
absolutely, where there's a problem, there's an opportunity.
There's an opportunity.
And the business is the solution, right? You come up with a solution, supply the demand.
Supply and demand. For example, myself, I'm always into tapping into different businesses, looking at different businesses. I'm currently working into 3 more different businesses I've never worked in, not in a day. But it's taken a while to get things together, the infrastructure, the systems in place, the policy is in place. So hopefully within the next year or so, I've got at least a couple of more.
Fantastic. We'll be coming to that in a short while. Note, when you said supply and demand, I said supply the demand, okay? So because the demand is there and you have to be the one who supplies it. Now, with regards to family life, right? And I asked this to all my guests, because business is such a strenuous a lifestyle.
Yeah.
So many things, and sometimes you don't do it on purpose. It's just commitment.
It naturally happens.
It naturally happens. So there's always you're dealing with one thing, but you've at the same time got to deal with 10 things, right?
Yeah.
So how do you deal with your family with between all that? And tell me a little bit about your family first of all.
Yeah. Okay. Like I have a lovely family.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a father of four children.
MashaAllah.
Some of my kids they've graduated.
Yep.
They've graduated.
You don't look so old. So okay. So how
Alhamdulillah.
old is your eldest child?
Eldest 24.
MashaAllah. Okay.
She's an IT programmer.
Fantastic.
Second one, she's an accountant,
Right.
trainee accountant. She works for KPMG.
Mm-hmm.
And third, fourth is studying.
Okay. 3 daughters.
Yeah, 3 daughters and a boy.
And 1 boy.
Yeah, and
how's Bobby?
she's always been a housewife. She's a good
Fantastic.
housewife.
Very
and
supportive of you?
Very supportive, and I prefer that way.
It always helps.
Always helps, yeah. Because although I may look modern, but I've got traditional mind.
Yeah.
I want my wife to be home,
Yeah.
look after the kids, look
Okay.
after the house.
As long as she's happy with that as well.
She's absolutely happy. There's no complaint.
Yep.
Right. Secondly, like you said, how I manage or how people manage. No matter how busy you are, you've got to prioritize time for your family.
Absolutely.
We're not here forever.
No.
You need to mentor your children,
Mm-hmm.
take them on holiday,
Mm-hmm.
give them what they want. For myself, I can never repay my father's debt, my
Right.
late father. He was my mentor, my backbone.
Mm-hmm.
Because of him, who I am, where I am,
Yeah.
all the credit goes to him.
Fantastic.
There's a phrase that is always plays in my mind.
Mhm.
He used to say, I'll say in Bengali,
Yep.
when he was early age, he used to say, "Foria manush bono,
Right.
fast bosore ruzi, ek bosore korbai."
Wow.
Trust me,
Wow.
he's 1000% right.
Right.
He couldn't be better than that.
What was the best advice? Yes.
It's the best advice, yeah. Like you got to keep balance. Like not only family time, you got to look after your health as well.
Yeah. So, well, you don't have school runs and stuff like that. This is what I was coming to, because it's very difficult.
I did school run in the early
No,
days.
you did it, but they're all
Alhamdulillah, they're all
big
capable
enough
and
to
grown
look
up,
after
yeah.
themselves.
Mhm.
So family is not an issue. Bobby is very supportive.
Alhamdulillah.
And like I said, it all helps. Now, coming back to business again,
Mhm.
how have you dealt with problems? If you can mention, just for our viewers, a few problems that you faced in business and how you've overcome them.
Okay.
At the end of the day, this show is about advice and inspiring others. Okay, so...
Okay, right. Every business has problems.
Mhm.
There's no business without any problem. It's not long ago, I had a client of mine who's got few properties.
Yep.
We did the mortgages for him. He
Yep.
rang me up the other day. He goes, "Malik Bhai, I'm going to sell my property." I said, "Why is that?" Because this buy-to-let gives me problems,
Mhm.
one after the other. I said, "You're in a property business, like any other business. There's no business
Without any problems.
without any problems." And he was saying, "Look, I've been dealing with this so-and-so. I was dealing with some of the properties that he was dealing himself." I
Mm.
said, "Let us take your hassle and we manage it for you."
We take your
And
headache,
we,
right?
Yeah, we take your headache away. So that was a problem solved.
Mm.
And secondly, there's not situation where the customer, regarding a mortgage, he
Yeah.
came to us, and last minute his mortgage got pulled by the lender,
Mhm.
got cancelled by the lender. So what we did, we didn't have much time. We only had like 10 days to play with. Because we have good connection with the lenders,
Yep.
relationship, we was able to arrange a bridging loan for him
Mhm.
and secure that deal from losing it, because
Right.
he's already put quite a bit of money. They've exchanged,
Okay.
and it was a high purchase.
Yeah.
And we was able to secure the deal for him.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic. All right. Lastly, but not least, I've got 2 questions. First of all, give me 3 tips, just for our viewers, as a businessman,
Yeah.
how to deal with
Okay.
their business.
Number one, don't be afraid of failing.
Right.
Like I said earlier on,
Mm-hmm.
even if you fail, the experience that you gain, you cannot buy off the shelf.
Okay.
You have to pay to learn. Secondly, always dream big to achieve big.
Right.
Thirdly, very, very importantly, if you need advice, you need to speak to the right person from that right profession and industry. Otherwise, it could be detrimental.
You know, I ask these 3 questions because every day I learn something, and you guys, you come and, you know, always advise and inspire me. Any future plans?
Future plans, like I said, I've got 2 businesses I'm working on.
Yep.
I don't want to name them now.
No.
So hopefully within the next few months, it will take off. We're very close to it.
Right. So
one, let me give a clue. One will be working with the NHS.
Oh, okay, all right.
So that's interesting. Helping the community, providing service.
Brilliant.
So, and in my spare time, I do also do charitable work.
Yeah, I was going to ask that. I mean, look, at the end of the day, you know, businessmen are people who provide a service one way or the other. Yeah. Okay. So one, you're providing a service to make money for yourself, and the other service you'll be providing, like sponsoring, you know, organizations, charity work, and you know, as a result, this is benefiting the community, you know, in a wider scale, right? So, what are you involved in charity?
Charity, we have a family charity.
Yep.
Basically, you can say international because we cover Bangladesh.
Yep.
It's named after my late uncle.
Right.
It's called Al Tajid Foundation.
Okay.
As a family, we regularly contribute.
Right.
And we have other...
What are the things that cover? So this would be back home, I assume?
Back home, yeah. Back home, like we do regular eye clinics.
Right.
For cataracts.
Yep.
Water well, is it?
Yep.
Yeah, water. And building homes for
the poor
people.
Fantastic. Yeah. Well, you know, this is what being a businessman is about. If it's just, the only successful businessmen are people who are engaged in the community, not just looking out for themselves. So this is what I've seen, and big businessmen, you know, this is where, you know, we have our hospitals, we have our, you know, orphanages, you know, our masajids, and this is where it comes from. Without the support of any business or a good businessman, we are not being able to achieve that. So, you know, well done to all business people and businessmen, and you know, hopefully they carry on, and you know, our community engages in that as well. As well as being in the academic field, we need everything. Just for the viewers, guys, thanks for watching. Now, as you've heard, Abdul Malik has mentioned 3 things. First of all, do not be afraid. Do not be afraid of failing. Okay, and always dream big to achieve big. So that would be second advice. And like everybody else says as well, if you want, I mean, any kind of issues that you have to go to the right people, right? If it's a medical issue, you'll go to the doctor. So if it's a business issue, you'll go to the business doctors, just like Malik Bhai is one of the business doctors. Thank you for watching the show, guys. And, you know, until our next show, and we'll be having many other financial advisors. Like I said, we'll be following a little theme. So until then, Assalamu alaikum.